Lexi. I like that.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Lexi. I'm back. This is part 3 of my haunted series. I'm making this video today because I was looking through a book and I realized that I had written down a bunch of experiences that I hadn't talked about. It's a bunch of stuff that happened throughout the year. Some happened months and months ago. Some happened like kind of recent. They're not going to be in order, but I just want to talk about it. So let's just get right into it. Also, go watch part 1 and part 2 and then come back to the video. Things will make more sense, I promise. So, part 2, I talked about an experience I had at my job with the other dispatcher, Jen. And this building that we are in is super old. The old owners had this wooden doll, dressed him up as a security guard. They put him in the front desk. When people would like come around at night, it kind of looked like somebody was in there. So this wooden dummy was named Joe Wood. He was actually really creepy, and then the new owners bought out the company and they were like, oh hell no, like Joe Wood's gotta go. This one day me and Jen are talking about our experiences, and then my manager comes up and he's like, hey, what are you guys talking about? We've talked to him about like paranormal stuff. He doesn't believe it. He starts telling us like, something happened to me the other night actually. So he's like, the other night I was closing, I was here by myself, and he had to put all the cleaning stuff away in the supply closet. So the supply closet is in the back near the kitchen, and the kitchen was where me and Jen had an experience. He goes back there, he said all the lights are off. He opens the door and Joe Wood was back there. All of the hairs on his arms and the back of his neck just stood up. He's like, I don't know why, but I just got so scared. Like my heart sunk. Like, what? He's like, yeah, no, it literally felt like something was in there. Like something was hiding in there, just like crouched in the corner. Like something was up with that fucking Joe Wood. As he's telling us this, he's like, look, he shows us his arm and he's just full of chills. He's like, it literally still scares the shit out of me. Like he will not go back there. So that happened. These 2 things I'm going to talk about next happened a long time ago, and to be honest, I completely forgot about them. This one night, my man was out, like he was not home, and it wasn't super duper late. It was like maybe 7 p.m. I'm laying down and I hear, babe, and I hear it from inside. I thought that he had stuck his head through the window. Maybe he'd forgotten his keys. I look out the window and I don't see him, and I go outside to look, like see if he's out there. I don't see the car and I don't see him. So I'm like, whatever. So while I'm still out there, I call him. I'm like, hey, where are you? Like, do you not have your keys or what's going on? He's like, I'm still here. He was at Home Depot. I'm like, it wasn't that big of a deal. So this other night, we're both in bed. I was laying facing my wall and he was laying facing his wall. I'm still up, I'm still on my phone, and out of nowhere, I hear a fucking giggle. It's his giggle, 100% his giggle. And every time he laughs, I always go, well, what's so funny? What's so funny, guy? He doesn't say anything. So I say it again. I'm like, what's so funny? And like, I start turning around and I look and he is dead ass asleep. I look at him and I was like, hey, finally wake him up. I'm like, hey, did you laugh? Like, did you giggle just now? And he's like, no, babe. Like, no, I was sleeping. It was very clearly a laugh, and it wasn't one of his like like it was like a hearty like the way he fucking laughs. This other thing that happened, so I'm sitting in bed, the huge, and I start to hear this crazy fucking racket in the bathroom. Someone's just in there just slapping shit around. So I'm like, what is he fucking doing in there? Like, I literally hear him opening the fucking cabinet and like slamming it shut, slapping fucking shampoo bottles. I get up and I start knocking and like trying to open the door. I'm like, you good? Like, I'm still hearing it. And then I knock one more time and it stops. He doesn't answer me. He's probably done. So I go and I sit down. So like 10-15 minutes go by, and then I hear my front door open and I see my dog running in, like all excited, jumps on my lap. I'm like, oh my God. And my man comes walking in. I'm like, what are you doing? Literally told you that I was gonna go take for a walk. I get up and I go and I open the bathroom and it's perfectly normal. There's nothing on the floor, drawer is closed, like everything is perfect. So this last thing that happened, this is the reason why I decided to film this video in the first place, because this just happened to me. Yikes, I know. So what had happened was, I'm in the laundry room. The laundry room is in an Arizona room. I'll put a picture. So I'm back there. I'm at the sink. Behind me is like the screens, right? And right in front of me is the window. I'm washing dishes and I can see something in the reflection of the window. It's behind me, behind that screen in the backyard. So I kind of look and I'm like, I realize what the fuck it is. Fucking thing. And this time, its entire body is there. I was so scared to turn around because, again, I'm so traumatized with it being all up in my face that I didn't want to turn around. So instead, I just stood there and I just kept washing the rest of the dishes. And then the next time that I looked up, it was gone. I freaked the fuck out. This is the same room where that thing had said hello. The last time that he had showed itself to me was when he like slapped the counter and he was just sitting there with his fucking head like this, staring at me. And it felt very malicious. It felt very evil. Like it was upset that I was ignoring it for so long. And then we cleansed the entire place. And I don't know why, but this thing felt like he was telling me like, it's not over. So I'm gonna clean my place and I'm gonna see where that goes, because that's not an option. Like, I'm not gonna be afraid of where I am, you know? That's the entire video. I do have a lot more like paranormal stories from my past, but other than that, I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you do, like, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you next time. Bye.